I don't like the way those sodas are looking at me. Let me take care of a few of those before we get started here. Ah, no way. We got plenty of mags for this video. We're just gonna keep them going. Not bad. Let me finish these out here. Let's see. Not too bad. Well, in case you can't tell, we're going to be having a lot of fun today. We're talking about the Smith & Wesson M&P 22 Compact. And this is a pretty interesting pistol. It's a very different departure from the normal pistol that they have out. You know, Smith & Wesson has a larger version of this pistol they just call the M&P. It's basically kind of like a full-size 22 that they make, and it's an okay gun and everything like that, but this gun's been out for a couple of years, and what this is basically a 15% reduced scale version of the full-size M&P, but in 22 long rifle. We are running suppressors on all these guns today because that's generally what we bought these exact guns for, was for suppressor host. Initially, right out the gate, Chad picked one up. This has got a Surefire XC1 on it, and it's got a Liberty regulator on it. And Chad picked up this particular gun as a suppressor host, and I was very impressed with it. And then I bought one, and I was very impressed with it. I had a 22 can laying around that I wanted a dedicated pistol to go with. And then my wife got to shooting it, and I had to pick her one up. So we've got three examples out here today, so we're going to be running all three of them to show you how well they work. They are a very reliable rimfire pistol, not only as a suppressor host, they also shoot just fine unsuppressed. The barrel threading is actually a little bit different than a standard like rifle would be. It's actually a 3/8 by 28 instead of a 1/2 by 28, and then you run a 1/2 by 28 adapter to run your 1/2 by 28 muzzle device on it. So that's because the barrel diameter is so small. They actually, it's basically the way they have to thread it in order to get the slide to clear where the threads would be on a normal 1/2 by 28. Not a big deal, you just run the adapter. Disassembly on this gun is pretty much exactly like an M&P. And the interesting thing, this is a true M&P pistol. So it is American made. Every single part on this gun is American made. The older M&Ps that they're bringing in, like the full-size models, those are actually produced by Walther, which is not a problem. German made. Walther makes a lot of rimfire pistols for the gun industry for various companies, but this is a completely US made gun. And I have to say right out the gate, one thing that I'd like to see in a gun this size is maybe them to take this basic gun and integrate something like a single stack 9mm, because if you compare this to a shield, it's kind of almost the same profile as a shield in terms of the grip, but with just a slightly longer frame and barrel and slide, which is kind of neat. I think some people would be able to appreciate a gun this size and maybe a 9mm. We're going to run it a little bit more. The magazines hold 10 rounds. We're running auto match. And before the video's over, we're going to shoot a gun in each hand, yes. Okay, we're going to do that. All right, let's just play around here. Now that one ain't wanting to fall, is it? It's all right, we've got plenty of magazines with us today. There he goes. All right. This thing is so much fun to shoot. We are going to be running a variety of ammunition through this firearm today, through all of these. What we're running through all of these magazines right now is Federal Auto Match. This is one of the most commonly available rounds that's out there right now in terms of availability. The gun does have a manual safety that's ambidextrous, okay? It has a slide stop. All of the controls on this gun are pretty much exactly like an M&P. So if you're used to using an M&P, this is a perfect training pistol because the overall profile and manual of arms of the firearm are exactly like an M&P that you're used to using. The construction of the gun's polymer frame. You have an alloy slide, and it's black anodizing on the slide, obviously. But for the most part, pretty simple gun overall. I mean, there's not really much else to mention. I mean, it It is a single action gun. That is one departure from the gun design that you're not going to see on this compared to a standard M&P. It is not a striker fired pistol. It is a single action pistol. So it has an internal single action hammer, which makes for a pretty good trigger, okay? Let's take our time. I know I've been kind of wrapping them out and just playing, but let's see if we can place a few headshots on these D28s in front of me, and then we might try shooting 2 guns just for fun. Look at that. All headshots, no misses. On that one target, I stacked 2 right on top of each other. If you do your part, these things are actually quite accurate. And granted, we are running auto match, which is, as far as I know, and from my experience, has always been a very good pistol round. You know, auto match is, you know, runs good out just about anything you throw it through. All right, so we've got 2 M&Ps here. M&P compact, 22 compacts. One suppressor we're running is the PTP Tactical. This is the 19 Delta model. I'm not a huge fan of this suppressor, but one of the reasons I want to try it out is because of the cost on them is very, very reasonable. Probably be a little quieter on a rifle, but overall not bad. And then we're running a AAC Element 2 on the other gun. So let's just have a little fun here. See what we got. You don't really hit much when you do that, but it sure is fun. You know, we have to do that. Yeah, one more time. That was so fun. I'm gonna do that again just for fun. It's never like it seems in the movies. You know, when it comes to shooting a gun in each hand, it's just not quite like that. And a little cumbersome to handle them too. All right. Or is it? Not bad, not bad. All right. It's kind of the nice thing about having so many magazines. You got to have a way to get rid of all these mags, all this ammo laying around. All right, I've gotten this gun pretty dang hot. Ooh, even the barrel and slide is hot. I can imagine the suppressor is pretty warm. It's pretty hot. I'm going to take some shots back about 75 yards back there, see if we can connect with this thing. Ooh. Not too bad. One more mag. Well, she's getting hot, that's for sure. I think it's definitely stringing a little bit here. Getting some mirage effect. You know, this is almost kind of like a 22 compact meltdown. Look at all these we might have to visit that. Maybe even in this video. I'm going to use Chad's can though for that. I don't know about mine. I don't know if I'm that brave. Let's see. All right, I got to get a little bit better string than that. That wasn't too bad. I think you guys can see though the definite fun factor that's present here. These guns are just a fun plinker. They're very accurate. We're going to get Chad behind his. I haven't shot his particular gun yet, but I'm going to let him tell you about his. My experience, I've put probably at least 1,000 rounds through each gun since we've had them. The one that I bought for Brandy and then the one that I have for myself. Chad's probably shot way more than that through his. I'll let him tell you about that when he gets behind it. But these guns are just so much fun to shoot, and we really wanted to take a moment to do just a quick kind of video on them because they're just a great suppressor host. They're a lot of fun to shoot. They're reasonably accurate. They're reliable. That's the big thing. All these rounds that I've shot so far, we haven't had a single issue. Granted, we're running auto match, but we are going to put some different rounds through them once Chad takes over. Not bad. I'm just going to take my time here on my last mag. not bad. Puts them all right in there. I mean, if you want to wrap them out, it's just great for rapid fire stuff. I know this thing is nice and warm. We're gonna have to let her cool off before I can even pull the can off of it. But one of the things that I see this gun being very, very useful for are things like training. If you want to use it as a training aid for a full size, you know, like I'm literally carrying my shield right here on my hip. So it's a great training aid to something like a shield if that's something you carry on a regular basis, because the profile of the gun, the feel of it, the trigger is very, very similar. The mag release is similar. So it's a great way to get some trigger time without having to go broke, dumping a whole bunch of 9mm. So as a training aid, a suppressor host, this gun to me is definitely a winner. We're gonna top all these mags back off and reset the range. Let Chad have a go. He can give you a little bit of insight on this gun as well.
All right, guys, if you can't tell, these M&P Compact 22s are just immensely fun. And like Eric mentioned, I picked this one up a little while back. I bought it from Quiet Right Firearms, and I bought this gun specifically as a suppressor host. I picked up my Liberty regulator from there, and I wanted a pistol to go along with like my Cci 455 to have as kind of like a perfect pair. And I use this gun to teach my 5-year-old how to shoot. The gun is immensely fun. I will mention that I did have one minor issue with this gun out of the box, and I thought it may have just been kind of a fluke, or maybe it's just one of those things, but the slide stop was actually kind of galling a little bit on the slide, and I actually had to kind of radius this little steel pin that they have installed in the slide just to kind of keep the wear and tear on the aluminum down, because this is an aluminum slide, very lightweight. So I had to radius that pin a little bit because the slide stop would kind of ride up. But we didn't notice that issue on Eric's gun, and I decided, you know, since it wasn't really an issue, I wasn't going to send it back into Smith & Wesson for warranty work, but that is something to look out for if you are going to pick one of these up. Just kind of keep an eye on that. But I've got mine outfitted with a Surefire XC1, like Eric mentioned, and I did have to modify the rail slightly to open it up a little bit to seat this light on here, but I think it is a perfect fit for this gun. Very much fun to kind of go out in the backyard at night, have some suppressed plinking and whatever just in the berm. But running my Liberty regulator on here, very quiet can. The ammo that I'm going to be running is the American Eagle suppressor specific ammo. This is actually running about 970 feet per second out of a rifle. Gets a little bit slower velocity out of a pistol, but very, very quiet, as you're going to see here. And what I'm going to do is I've got a magazine loaded up with auto match and the American Eagle suppressor ammo. We're going to compare those two rounds just so you kind of get an idea of what the sound is like running full power 22 versus suppressor specific. Got a couple other things too we're going to try out and have some fun with, but enough talking. Let's get to shooting. All right, so just to see how quiet this ammo is, I'm going to shoot these soda bottles. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Moving around a little bit. Whoa, yeah, look at that. Oh, it never gets old. Oh, just to the right. One thing I will mention, these sights do kind of move around a little bit. So if you're going for insane accuracy, you're not going to get it with this particular pistol. This is not a target gun. Right through the top of it. Right through the middle of it. Yeah. There we go. The sound of that round hitting the soda bottle is just insane. I'm gonna shoot just some in the dirt just so you can hear the rest of this mag. All right, shoot a few more real fast. Very, very quiet stuff. I'm gonna take some shots at long range, and we're gonna run that mag with mixed ammo so you can hear the difference in sound between those different rounds. Let's see. There we go. Uh-oh. It flings them in there. Gotta love it. All right, so this is a magazine. I've got 5 rounds of American Eagle suppressor ammo, and then 5 rounds of Federal auto match. 970 feet per second versus 1200 feet per second out of a rifle. So what you're going to hear with this is a little bit lower tone with the suppressor ammo, and a little bit less sound coming out of the suppressor in general, but check this out. So we've got the suppressor specific ammo first and then the auto match. I'm just gonna shoot it in the dirt so you can hear the sound comparison. So, all right, suppressor ammo, all right, auto match. So you hear that a little bit higher pitch sound, a little bit more echo and whatnot, just because that round's moving a little bit closer to the speed of sound. Still subsonic out of a pistol, but a little bit louder ammo if you're going for the most quiet. So suppressor ammo again, auto match. So you can hear it almost wanting to break that sound barrier and kind of crack. When you're running like supersonic ammo, like out of a rifle with a suppressor, it's gonna take all the gunshot noise out, but you are still gonna hear that crack down range. That's kind of a common misconception, but let's run some steel here. See how fast we can go and just knock some stuff out here. Oh yeah. Ooh, hitting just to the right. So much fun. Oh God. Let's see if we can take some headshots on our poppers there. Uh-oh. There we go. Hey. That one is being stubborn. There we go. Oh my God. So ridiculously fun. And guys, I probably put, well, after this video is done, I'll probably have 3,000 rounds to this gun. And I've cleaned it once, so probably should have cleaned a little bit more, but it's been running fine. All right, let's take a few headshots. Uh-oh. What thing is getting hot? Woo! All right, so this is Cci Standard Velocity. So this ammo here is designed to run just under the sound barrier. So this is about 1070, give or take, out of a rifle. A little bit hotter than the suppressor specific ammo, but still very quiet. And in Eric and my travels, you know, we found the Cci Standard Velocity and the auto match has been kind of the most widely available. The American Eagle suppressor ammo is a little bit harder to find, but it's really worth it when you can find it. Let's check this ammo. I'm gonna shoot it in the dirt, see what it sounds like. So a little bit louder than the American Eagle stuff there. See if we can hit those soda bottles, get rid of that. I think it's just going right through that bottle. Oh, whoa. Listen to that. All right. The last magazine. All right, so this is a little treat. This is a CCI Quiet. This stuff is only running about 600 feet per second. It won't cycle the action, but listen to this. I'm gonna hold the slide shut so you can really hear how quiet this is without the action noise. So down in the dirt, CCI Quiets. Oh, good Lord, I love it. Let's see if we can hit that gopher. I mean, it's just insane how quiet this rig is. Well, this thing is getting hot. All right. Whew, I'm gonna let this thing cool off. I think I'm gonna need to clean my suppressor after this is all said and done, but Eric has a fun little treat for you. I think we're gonna just load all these mags back up and we're gonna get rid of them in rapid succession and just see if we get any stoppages or anything like that. Let's do that now.
All right, guys, I don't know if something like this has ever been done, but you know what? We're known for pushing the boundaries a little bit. I've got 130 rounds of American Eagle suppressor ammo loaded up in 13 magazines here, 10-shot mags. I'm gonna run this M&P 22 compact as quick as I can. We're running the little PTP 19 Delta can on here. Got it nice and tight. Hopefully she won't walk off or anything. and I'm just gonna go for it. This thing's actually still pretty hot from earlier. Let's have some fun here. We're trying to get a stoppage, is what we're going for. Oh, she's warm. That trigger is whew. Those shots are stringing all over the place, and she is a little warm. All right, ooh, and all slippery-handed here. Slowing down a little bit. All right, she's running. It is slinging those rounds all over the place. All right, last mag, I'm gonna take my time and I'm putting a group on the left gong over here. Not bad, guys. I mean, look at that. Granted, a couple of rounds I probably pulled to the right, but still maintaining some pretty good accuracy after all that heat and all those rounds and just all that cycling. That's kind of interesting. I think that it's always a good day when you can do that sort of thing. And what I love so much about the M&P 22 Compact is the fact that it really marries against my shield quite well. This is my carry gun. You can see it's got dust bunnies and pocket boogers and all that kind of nasty crap all over it. But I really enjoy shooting this gun. I shoot it quite often. These days, this is one of the guns that definitely goes to the range with me everywhere I go on a regular basis. So this is a winner. Smith & Wesson did a really good job with this gun. We've got to get some suppressors clean because we just made them really dirty. Thank you for watching today's video. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. We'll catch you next time.